Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I don't feel as sharp or strong as I used to, what am I missing? You're doing your best, eating reasonably well, staying active when you can, keeping your mind busy. But something still feels off, and maybe you've even said to yourself, I guess this is just how aging goes. But here's something I want to tell you straight from the heart. Aging does not have to mean fading. In fact, many people unknowingly fall into a few common habits after 65 that slowly chip away at their health, silently, day by day. These aren't dramatic choices, and that's what makes them so dangerous. They're small, subtle things we do, or don't do, that build up over time, and they could be shortening your life without you even realizing it. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 habits that doctors warn can lead to serious health risks after 65. The best part? You can change every single one of them starting today with a few simple shifts in your routine. Let's begin with something that happens quietly, often without intention: sitting too much. Retirement gives us more freedom, which is wonderful, but it also comes with a hidden risk: more hours spent sitting. Whether it's watching TV, scrolling on your phone, or just relaxing in your favorite chair, prolonged sitting slows everything down: your circulation, metabolism, even your brain activity. And studies have shown that too much sitting can increase the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even early death. Now, this doesn't mean you need to go out and start running marathons. What matters is movement. Gentle, consistent, daily movement. Even standing up every 30 minutes to stretch or walk around the house can make a difference. Taking a short stroll after meals, doing light chores, or joining a local walking group can help keep your body engaged and your blood flowing. It's not about exercise, it's about motion. Another habit that tends to creep in slowly is ignoring sleep quality. Many people over 65 think it's normal to have poor sleep. They blame it on age, on aches and pains, or on just not needing as much rest anymore. But poor sleep does more than make you feel tired. It affects your memory, weakens your immune system, increases your risk of falls, and can even shorten your lifespan. It's not just about how long you sleep, it's about how well you sleep. Creating a calming evening routine, limiting caffeine after midday, and making your bedroom cool, quiet, and dark can all improve sleep without medication. If you're waking up tired every day, it's not something to brush off. You deserve rest, and your body needs it more than ever. Now that we've touched on 2 of the most overlooked habits, being too sedentary and neglecting sleep, it's time to shift our attention to another common behavior that can quietly take a serious toll on your long-term health. Let's talk about something that might seem harmless at first, but can slowly erode your health over time, and that's skipping regular health checkups. After 65, many people fall into the mindset of, if I feel fine, I must be fine. But here's the truth: the body gets quieter with age. Symptoms don't always show up as clearly as they used to. Conditions like high blood pressure, early-stage diabetes, or even certain cancers can develop silently, without any obvious warning signs, until they've already done damage. Getting regular checkups isn't about being fearful, it's about being proactive. Think of it like routine maintenance for your car. You wouldn't wait for the engine to break down before getting an oil change, right? Your body deserves the same kind of care. A quick blood test, a blood pressure check, or a routine screening could give you peace of mind, or catch something early enough to treat it easily. It's not about adding worry, it's about adding years to your life. And while we're on the topic of checkups, there's one habit tied closely to it that often goes overlooked: ignoring mental health. After 65, life changes. You might be retired, living alone, or experiencing the loss of friends and loved ones. And while sadness or low energy can seem like a normal part of aging, it doesn't have to be. In fact, untreated loneliness, depression, and emotional stress are just as harmful as physical illness. They can weaken your immune system, affect your heart, and even raise your risk of dementia. The thing is, emotional pain doesn't always look dramatic. It might show up as low motivation, changes in appetite, irritability, or just a feeling of being disconnected. The most important thing to remember is that you are not a burden, and you are not alone. Talking to someone, a friend, a support group, or a counselor can make a huge difference. Just opening up a little can lighten the weight you've been carrying. And if you've never spoken to a professional before, it's never too late to start. Taking care of your emotional health is just as vital as managing your blood pressure or taking your vitamins. Now, we've covered how skipping medical care and ignoring emotional health can take a serious toll over time. But there's still one more habit that quietly chips away at health and vitality after 65. And it's something most people don't even realize they're doing. Let's finish with a habit that might not seem dangerous on the surface, but it can quietly wear you down from the inside out. And that's giving up on purpose. It might sound dramatic, but many people after 65 slowly start to let go of the things that used to bring them joy, excitement, or a sense of direction. Maybe you've retired and aren't sure how to fill your days anymore. Maybe your kids are grown or you've lost a spouse and life just feels quieter. For some, this shift leads to a slow decline, not because the body fails, but because the spark inside starts to dim. When we stop engaging with life, when we stop learning, laughing, connecting, or creating, that lack of purpose can silently drain our motivation, our energy, and yes, even our health. Studies have shown that having a sense of purpose is linked to a longer life, better memory, and stronger heart health. Purpose doesn't have to be some grand mission. It could be something as simple as caring for your garden, helping a neighbor, joining a book club, volunteering, or learning something new. Waking up each day with something to look forward to, even something small, can reignite that spark. You are not done growing. You are not done loving, laughing, or contributing. In fact, this chapter of your life can be one of the richest and most meaningful yet. All it takes is a shift in perspective and a willingness to stay engaged with the world around you. Let's take a moment and look back at what we've talked about. Sitting too much, ignoring sleep, skipping checkups, neglecting emotional health, and giving up on purpose. These habits may not make headlines, but they quietly and consistently chip away at your strength, your joy, and your longevity. But here's the hopeful part. You can change any of them, starting today. You're not stuck, and it's never too late. Small changes made with intention and care can lead to powerful results. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. So tonight, maybe you take a short evening walk instead of sitting in front of the TV. Maybe you call an old friend. Maybe you dust off that book you've been meaning to read. Or maybe you just sit quietly and ask yourself, what would bring me a little more joy tomorrow? That's where change begins. If this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these habits have you struggled with? What's one small change you're ready to make? Your story might be just the encouragement someone else needs today. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Elder Living Wisdom. We're here to support you every step of the way with simple, empowering tips to help you live longer, stronger, and happier. You've still got so much life left to live, and it's never too late to live it well. Here's to your health, your happiness, and your next chapter being your best one yet. Before we end, I want to say something that might be the most important part of this entire video. You matter. Your life, your time, your health, it still has deep value. And the decisions you make today, no matter how small they may seem, are powerful. They're not just about avoiding what's harmful. They're about choosing what's life-giving. Too often, people over 65 are told to slow down, to accept aches and fatigue as normal, to expect less from life. But I believe the opposite is true. This is the perfect time to expect more rest, more joy, more purpose, more connection. It starts by being aware of the habits that could be quietly working against you, and then gently replacing them with choices that support you. Choices that bring strength, clarity, and energy into your daily life. Maybe today, you move a little, more than yesterday. Maybe you finally schedule that checkup you've been putting off. Maybe you take that first step toward reconnecting with something or someone that matters to you. Or maybe you just allow yourself to believe, I still have time and I'm going to make the most of it. Because you do. No matter where you are right now, physically, emotionally, or spiritually, there's always room to grow forward. Life doesn't stop at 65, it just shifts. And you have the wisdom, the experience, and the strength to shape this next chapter in a way that supports your health and honors your journey. If any part of this video spoke to you, if something clicked in your heart or made you stop and think, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one change you're ready to make for your health? Or what's one thing you've already done that's made a difference? Your story could encourage someone else who's struggling in silence. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. It really helps others discover this kind of content. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to Elder Living Wisdom. This is a space for support, for guidance, and most of all, for reminding you that aging doesn't mean losing who you are. It means becoming even more of who you're meant to be. Here's to waking up tomorrow with purpose, to making choices that bring you peace and strength, and to living fully, not just longer, but better. You deserve that, and you are absolutely capable of it.